back at it, man. So this is going to be the first installment of our What's Trending in Madden series, and we're going to talk about the swerve, man. Hit him with the swerve. This ain't your grandpa's swerve from 2017. It's like your great-grandpa's swerve from 2002, all right? So all this is you're just switching to the receiver manually, hitting B while the ball's in the air, and then just manually getting the receiver where you want them on the field. Few reasons you might do that. Go watch W's video. Shout out W, did a great video on it. Now there's one thing he didn't really talk about is how to do the directional passing aspect of it. You're typically doing it with the directional pass. He didn't talk about crossers and how you can do it on a crosser. So, you know what? Let's just get into the footage, and I'll explain that to you as we watch. Because, like, I know how pretty I am. You ain't got to tell me. Chill out in the comments. I'm beautiful. I know. But it's probably funner to watch me swerve people. So, let's go. Alright, guys. So, this is going to be an example of how this is going to allow me to throw this crosser late, right? It's going to buy me more time. So the user runs away. Normally, if I threw that, my receiver would be out of bounds. I would have no room. But that allows that read to be made a lot later. That's huge. So that one was crazy, right? I just created the dive animation at an angle that split the defenders with a very subtle shake. When you give that little subtle shake like that, it kind of just, it makes it so you're a little bit behind, so the receiver then has to dive. Not that I recommend throwing into that tight of windows. A lot of this is recorded as I was just trying to record this. So, new play alert right here as well, something I'm live that I do like. So there, again, that one, if I normally throw that, I bump into the DB and we have a contested catch animation. I swerve behind him to avoid bumping into him. Again, another example of how I'm allowed to throw that read way late and just kind of swerve back in to stay in bounds. Now this is an example of how it allowed me to feel comfortable with a rack catch. I moved over a little bit, I felt like that now gives me enough room to avoid that safety coming down on me there, to the point where now I was able to rack catch it and get myself an extra 10 yards. So this is a great example of me just using it to get a few yards. I left the replay on here without splicing it. So you can kind of see how I get an extra few yards right there with that move, but I don't have to worry about a good user coming and trying to hit stick me out of the catch and dropping the ball. You know, when you lead it up and then you kind of catch it going up at an angle towards where the defender was. I was able to go up at an angle, but then catch it still going away from the defender. That is huge. We are kind of choosing our animations and which way we want the receiver to go. That one is a super subtle swerve. I did a subtle little swerve just to avoid or to create the dive, and then I tried to make sure I dove at an angle that would split the defenders. Again, don't try that at home. That was hucking trash to test the limits of the swerve, and to test my ability to do it. So there again, just a great example of buying myself a little extra space to make that throw. Because a real good user with the click-on skills, I just don't want to have that stupid animation where you're halfway down to the ground and then they like hit stick you and it picks you up. Or that whole crap. No, avoid it. So there, I just bought myself a little extra room to get behind the corner. I did this twice. The third time I did it, you'll notice this is the second time I did it, and his click on gets a little bit better. The third time I did it, he did pick me off. But you can just kind of see how with the swerve, I'm allowing myself to pass lead that thing up further away towards the sideline, where if I don't swerve, I'm going to be out of bounds when I catch that, right? So that's kind of why you swerve. Just some fun footage I wanted to put together. If y'all have any questions about it, feel free, drop something in the comments. Otherwise, y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Dem boys. Look, I'm going to tell you real quick. It took me about 4 hours to go from not having swerved all year to being able to do it. So, guys, just go ahead into practice mode, offense only. Mess with it a little bit. I promise you it won't take you as long as you think to get it down. Then take that into some games, and don't worry so much about whether you win or lose said games. That ain't the big thing, man. Just get better at this. Because then what happens is when you sit down to win games, you're going to get a hell of a lot more dubs. So again, like, comment, subscribe. Damn boys. Peace.